What up? My name is Demarco.
And I'm Whitney.
And today we're going to be talking about rejection.
Yeah, we are.
We're going to be talking about Zendaya. And then we're going to be talking about simping.
Yep. And maybe some Cardi B.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Hey guys, today we are asking the big question, how I deal with rejection.
Yes. First off, before we get into anything, everyone has felt rejection. Let's just get that out of the way. So we want to talk about 3 different types of rejection. The first one we're going to be talking about is friendships, family members, or people.
Yeah.
The second one we're going to talk about is maybe you didn't get that job you wanted, or maybe you didn't make the team that you wanted to make. The last rejection we're going to be talking about is actually our own self-rejection. So let's go ahead and jump into the first one, Whip.
Okay.
So talking about friendships and people, being rejected by them, here's what I want you to know. Oftentimes, it says more about them than it does you.
It's true.
Like, you are not the problem. And even to take a step further, let's not forget that Jesus, the Son of Man, was actually rejected by his own family and his hometown. So we are bound to be rejected. What do you think about rejection?
Well, I mean, not only Jesus, but then we hear about the story of Joseph, who was rejected by his own brothers. They literally sent him to be killed because they rejected him so much. And then he ended up being second in line next to Pharaoh, and then ended up resolving everything with his family, forgiving his brothers, and then moving on. There's tons of rejection in the Bible. One of the things that I faced growing up as well was even rejection from my own family. I was 16, my parents divorced, and I had to choose to either go with my mom or go with my dad. And in that, I chose my mom because of like health reasons and getting insurance and all of that kind of stuff. But it hurt my dad and his current wife at the time so much that the only thing that they knew what to do was to just kind of shut me out. And so I didn't speak to him or have a relationship with him for 3 years. And so in that rejection, though, as an adult now, looking back, I've learned how to talk to people. I've learned how to handle situations, and when those hard times come, I'm very open and honest and willing to be there and forgive and understand where maybe his mindset was during that time. And then it gave me more clarity to that whole situation 100%. And how I can move forward. And then I think that it also helps me go through things now,
100%.
You know, with that and having a different outlook on it. So rejection can be very hard,
100%.
But I think we can all heal from it and move past it in our future self that we may not see currently.
Yeah, well, thank you for being open and honest about that. I know people listening to that, maybe you felt that same rejection from the family member. Maybe you've felt rejection from people that are supposed to love you the most, and you have a hard time battling with that. But just let Whitney's story be a reminder that God's hand is in the middle of it, even though you may not see it. So thanks for that. And secondly, we're going to be talking about maybe you got a door closed. Or maybe you've tried out for teams and you didn't make it. I know personally, 10th grade year, I played basketball my whole life, and I tried out for the team, and I did not make it.
Aww.
And it was my first time I didn't make the team. So, of course, I thought I was a loser. I thought I was terrible. No one liked me anymore. All of those thoughts that I was thinking. But what I've learned that I mean this, like, if I made the team my sophomore year, I don't know where I would be.
Right.
Like, me not making the team was a big blessing in disguise, and what we can do is, when those doors close, is remain faithful.
That's true.
Like, we can stay faithful and know that his timing is so perfect. And there's a verse that I want to share. It's Proverbs 16:9. And it says, "In their hearts, humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps." So we all have our own desires. We all know what we are, driven to do. But just knowing that God has his hand in it, and no matter if the door closes, he got you.
That is so good.
And the last rejection we're going to be talking about is, like I said, self-rejection, and not being true to yourself. Has that ever happened to you? Have you tried to fit the mold of what people thought you were going to be, or what?
Just like your basketball story, I was wanting to be a cheerleader because that was what the cool kids were doing, just trying to fit in. And so I even would take classes, tumbling classes, all of that kind of stuff. But when it came to tryouts, I just didn't have the confidence. I didn't have the confidence to do it, and it showed because I just wasn't being my true self. I was trying to be somebody else, but it wasn't a passion of mine. It wasn't something that I loved to do. It was just something that I wanted to do to fit in. And so I rejected my true self because I felt like I needed to be something else.
Well, I think every one of us has felt that in some way, where we're trying to be someone that we're not. And just let me be a reminder, if you maybe forgot about this, but God has made you exactly who you are for a reason. Like, every desire you have, every joy you have, every hobby you love doing, like, that is valuable.
It is.
Be true to yourself, no matter what it may be. But we all face rejection. And maybe it's not one of these 3, but we've all felt it. And here's the thing that I want to say about rejection. Let rejection refine you
Don't let it define you.
Come on, somebody.
Don't let rejection define who you are. You are more than a conqueror in Christ Jesus. So I know it's tough, but never let that fade your true identity.
Yeah, and let it remind you.
Come on, somebody.
That God loves you.
Hey, come on. Let's do it.
Hey, you know someone else who was rejected, though?
Who?
J.K. Rowling. The whole Harry Potter series. Completely rejected by publishers.
And everybody loves Harry Potter.
It just needed the right publisher and the right support and the right time for it to actually succeed. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Come on, somebody.
Pretty cool. I know you're a huge Harry Potter fan, right?
Absolutely. I love reading Harry Potter.
We're going to move on to some news, some cool stuff. So Zendaya, did you hear about her?
Yes, we love Zendaya.
We love Zendaya. It's so cool. She just won 2 Emmys. So she is actually the first Black woman to win an Emmy for lead actress in a drama series, but not once. 2 times.
2 times. Hey, 2. Listen, even the people been rocking with Zendaya since back in the Disney Channel days.
This is the greatest show.
Come on, Zendaya she's a phenomenal actress. She's phenomenal at what she does. She is great. We all love Zendaya. I love what she stands for, who she is.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm so happy that, she's writing that story out.
I agree.
So
good job, Zendaya. Moving on, Cardi B. She's got some face tats going on.
Face tat. What are your thoughts on the face tat?
No. I love my kids. I love tattoos.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would get my kid's name tattooed in red on my face.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
No.
I wouldn't either. But Cardi B, do you?
Yeah, girl.
We're not going to slander you.
We ain't going to reject you.
We're not going to reject you.
Don't worry.
Ooh, come on. Do you?
Yeah.
She got her son's name. I know that is a way that people show love to their family members. My brother has my moms and grandmas, and I get that. But the cheek. Crazy.
I have a fork tattoo.
Explain to me about the fork tattoo.
It's my grandma. It's my grandma's fork. It's a long story, but keep your fork because the best is yet to come, you guys. All right. No Simp September. Is this still a thing?
We're simping all 12 months of the year. Here's the thing. If you don't know what simp means, basically what a simp is someone who's all extra cuddly, all lovey-dovey, all soft and snuggly and all that with their significant other, whether that's their boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, whatever.
A puppy,
whatever. And here's the thing. I'm going to be honest. I was an anti-simper back in high school when my friend was all, choosing to be a good boyfriend. We used to make fun of him for it.
Tough love.
But now, listen, fellas, you got to simp. But here's the thing, though. You cannot over-simp.
No.
Please, simp responsibly.
And safely.
And simp safely. You can't overboard the simp.
I know.
You can't overboard the simp.
No, because then you just come off clingy and creepy and no.
Yeah, don't simp overboard. But a good simp, all that is you loving the person.
Yeah.
You better be simping.
Just enough to be like, you know what? I care about this person.
Yep.
Let me show the world.
Yeah, I was thinking of my girlfriend, so I got her this shirt.
Yeah, but even if you think of her every minute, don't mean you got to post something every minute of the day. No.
On your social media, it's posting y'all lunch date, breakfast date, dinner date. No. Come on now. That's over. See, that's not simping responsibly. And that's not simping safely. You gotta guard that, man. Not everybody need to know y'all business.
No.
But
that's true.
Simp responsibly, people.
Speaking of knowing people's business, Tom Brady did something, and he showed his emotions to everyone. Did you see this?
I did see it. I saw
my
the
Lanta.
game.
He has kids.
He does.
Right.
3 of them.
So he's a parent.
He is.
So I figured he would know how to handle temper tantrums.
Here's the thing. We all can say, whether you play sports or you're passionate about anything, that passion comes out.
It does.
When you are a passionate person, your passion comes out. And I get it. He's a quarterback, probably one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. He's very passionate for what he does. Here's the thing. You have to find that line, though, of going overboard. Because as a leader of any sort, whether that's sports or whatever, as a leader, people look at you and they see everything you do. And you always want to be above reproach. So throwing your helmet down, throwing your iPad, I get the passion. A little crazy, though.
Well, and he has a huge platform. So it's like people all over are watching him and looking at him, and now it's just kind of like,
Yeah. I get the passion, Tom Brady. We get your heart. But there's a fine line sometimes. You don't want to go overboard. And you do that, but you wake up the next day and you get better. Whatever.
Maybe he's frustrated that he retired and then came back, and now he's thinking that he should have stayed retired.
Let's talk about that. He did retire, okay? Last year, man retired. 3 days later, or like a week later, he done come back to the NFL. And what makes it even worse, his last touchdown football, okay, they auctioned it off for like some millions of dollars because they thought Tom Brady would never play football again.
Oh, and he was like,
just came back.
Just getting him back.
Then he came back and the dude bought it was probably so hurt because he just thought this was the best, the last football Tom Brady would ever throw. And now he got some more.
My challenge is for those of you who may have been rejected in the past, maybe back in first grade, I don't know, you liked a girl, she threw rocks at you on the playground, I don't know.
Right.
How did that affect you? Like looking back on that, maybe the person now is horrible and you're lucky that you didn't know her or get to know her, or I don't know. So what is the way that you were rejected in the past, and how did that define you today? Think about something positive that it has made you define maybe who you are today, or where that could have taken you negatively and how you've moved past it.
Yeah, for sure. And my challenge for y'all is maybe you're in the middle of rejection now. Maybe you just got told no on that job, or the girl turned you down, or the boy turned you down, or you didn't make the team. Here's what I know. My pastor always says his favorite animal is a bison. And he loves the animal because no matter what, when a storm comes, they run towards the storm. They don't run away. They run right into the eye of the storm. And here's the thing. We know rejection's hard. We know that it's not easy, and everyone goes through it, and that does not make it easier. But I promise when you run towards the storm and you lean on God with it, you start to see the fruit of God's hand in it. And earlier when Whitney shared the story about her father, when she was 16, she did not know that it would play out to be what it is now.
No.
But now she's seeing God's faithfulness in the middle of that storm. So I would encourage you, don't give up, stay true to yourself, stay faithful, and lean on God in that. Hey, it's been super fun hanging out with you guys on Culture Makers today. Make sure you like, comment, and you subscribe. Leave some questions that you guys want to possibly answer in the future. We'll see you guys soon. Peace.
Bye, guys.